Aren't you tired of boring and predictable podcasts? Remember the movie Groundhog Day? Ugh. The only thing predictable about this show is that we're guzzling booze. Count on it. This is the Appleboys podcast. Appleboys.us. If it's NFTs, music festivals, sporting events, strip clubs, current events, or masturbation techniques. Did I read that right? There's more than one? Fueled by, but not sponsored by, Miller Lite. This is the Appleboys podcast. Now your hosts, Josh, Corey, Rob, and Jimmy. Rob has issues. Just saying, bro.
What's up, everybody? It's Saturday night. That means it's time for the Appleboys.
That's not how we do the intro.
Yeah, that was really bad, Josh. This is take two, just for everyone listening out there. Josh fucked up the first one pretty bad.
All right, here. Hang on. I'll clip in the first one. What's up, everybody? It's Saturday night. That means it's time for the Appleboys.
Hell yeah, man.
We gotta start that up.
Why? That
What
was
the
great.
fuck was that?
Did you do it?
You see why I cut it?
No.
All right. Well, I got Corey here. What's up, Corey?
Hey there, I'm Corey.
I got Rob.
Hey, it's Rob.
What's up, Jimmy?
It's Jim Jamborino.
Jim Jamborino. Pow, 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 pow.
Gotta change it up every time.
Yep.
Yeah, well, you know, it's your that is your trademark.
Thank you.
That's the consistency in your intro.
Absolutely.
Is the inconsistency.
Boys, we got some thanking to do. We got some gratitude to give out.
I thought you were just saying think but Southern.
Nope.
Can we thank Jimmy's mom first?
Sure.
She sent us a gift.
Jimmy's mom did send us a gift. We were actually supposed to open it last week, but
I forgot
not going to
it.
name any names.
I
Somebody
forgot
it.
Jimmy forgot Jimmy's mom's gift. Okay? It's fine. Honest mistake.
Honestly, she thought she was done with you disappointing her whenever you moved out of the house, but she was wrong.
I have a lot to say
Wow.
about that, but I'm not going to say it on the podcast.
God damn, man.
Sorry, man. I was just joshing.
I was going to make a Dr. Dre joke, but never mind. I don't need to now.
Yeah. Anyway, she got us some dude wipes because she's aware that we don't have bidets, but we still need to clean up.
I think the reason she got the dude wipes was actually for Rob's sake.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was at first, and then I sent her a video of us unwrapping the package, and she gave us some more context on why she sent it to us. What'd she say exactly, Josh?
She said, after the episode with Rob rubbing his own jizz into his skin, I thought these would be better.
I don't know if we had to say that. I don't know if we really had
We absolutely did.
Did we really need to rehash that?
Yeah, I was under duress. I was pretty drunk whenever I was telling that story. I'm not gonna lie.
Look, that wasn't me.
Yeah, that was the other guy.
I think we've had probably our share of the Trump voice for a little bit.
I haven't. I love it.
It comes out naturally. I'm sorry. Like the Florida just comes out, and it just happens, man. Same thing with Corey.
To be fair, a lot of the people listening probably don't know what I'm talking about when I say we've had enough of the Trump voice, because if you're not a Patreon subscriber, you probably haven't heard our most recent bonus episode, which is Game Night.
It's great.
And Game Night was a wild time.
Yeah.
There was lots of Trump voice, lots of singing.
Comparing seating arrangements.
Yep. We had a bracket.
Corey was fucking trashed. That's the real highlight here.
It was. That never happens.
That was a good time.
Same here, though. I was under the influence of several
That's pretty normal, though.
things. Well, yeah, but I mean, we went into like a full. I think Josh may have actually cut some of it because it was like a full 10 minutes of us just trumpet it up.
No, I cut way more than 10 minutes.
Yeah. And we usually don't do that with bonus episodes.
Yeah,
but,
That's true.
It was pretty bad.
The content was too good.
Yeah.
So we'll never tell it, but that bonus episode was the birthplace of the joke that never was, the greatest joke that was never told, and it's going to be an internal thing for the rest of our lives. But
If you're an Appleboys Ultra VIP. What is it? Founder?
Yeah, can we add that onto Founders?
Yeah,
you get to hear the joke.
You get to hear the joke. That's part of the perk.
You have to sign an NDA first, though.
I'm gonna add that to the Patreon benefit list. Is you get to hear the joke that never was if you sign up for Founder tier. So there's your incentive, boys and girls.
Yes.
But speaking of Patreon, we do have 4 new subscribers since the last time that we sent any gratitude out. So I'd like to thank, in no particular order, Brian, Jake, Jordan, and Aaron.
Thank you guys so much.
Yeah, thank you guys very, very much for your support. All 4 of these fine gentlemen are our good buddies from the podcasting world. And if you don't already listen to the Bleach Bros podcast, the Dads on Dayquill, I Had to Say It with Aaron, and then the Hateful Gnomes music cut, you should add those to your rotation. And by the time you're listening to this, you should definitely check out the most recent Bleach Bros podcast episode, because I was able to join them on their episode this week. We talked about wrestling.
Is that out now?
It was a great time.
Or is it about to be out?
It is out as of the time anyone that's listening to this podcast can hear it.
Okay, gotcha.
Oh, okay,
I was
cool.
excited to listen to it tomorrow, but hopefully it'll be out soon.
It releases on Sundays, and we are recording on Saturday night. So it's not
sick. It
here
will be
now,
out tomorrow.
But it will be out tomorrow.
Dope.
They're West Coasters, so normally it's a little bit later in the day, but probably around lunchtime it'll be available.
Very nice.
I'll take a listen. They're actually, they're pretty funny. We're not just like talking about them because they support us or anything like that. It's pretty good. I've listened to most of the Bleach Bros more recent episodes anyways at this point.
Yeah, how was that, Josh? Since you're not funny, were you able to keep up with them?
That's true. I definitely did not do the Appleboys proud. I stuttered. I said and a lot.
Oh, I was
Pretty on brand for
joking.
us.
Oh,
That was a joke, Josh.
wow.
So
Josh.
you were very on brand, is what I'm
I
hearing.
fucked up.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, boy.
So it was like an Appleboys episode.
Yeah,
It was. Okay, we're good.
So I don't want to spoil anything from the episode because I want everyone to go listen on their platform. But
Yeah.
there was a point where Jake, the hater, accused me of having my mom walk into me masturbating to wrestling,
Oh, boy.
which is not exactly what I said. But
But it's also not untrue.
I'm excited to get that context.
I mean, I think that may have happened to me at one point with Trish Stratus with her titty coming out at one point.
Oh, okay.
I think that might have happened.
I remember Miss Kitty
Yeah,
and her puppies.
or China.
China.
Did you ever watch those?
I think so. That was like
The post wrestling career videos?
oh no, I didn't.
China?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she was in
That's the thing.
Playboy, and
And she was in.
was she in porn?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
yeah?
I didn't know
yeah.
about that.
Oh, yeah. No, there's.
Hardcore?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not interested in that.
What? Yeah, actually, he's right.
No.
Who would want that?
Yeah, Rob. Yeah, now that he's disgusted by it, Rob's like, yeah, I wouldn't want to watch that either.
Tell me what website to avoid.
I love this contrast from 10 minutes ago when we were talking about how our podcast isn't really that vulgar.
Well, I mean,
It is what it is.
that's not that vulgar.
I love it. I wouldn't change a thing.
I'm not
All right.
describing what happened.
I'm not
So-
apologizing. I just think it's funny.
So thank you to Brian, Jake, Jordan, and Aaron. We really appreciate you guys again. And if you'd like to get access to the content that they just got access to, you can join us at patreon.com/appleboys. You'll also get access to some private sections of our Discord where you can talk about whatever, or you can talk about whatever in the public sections, but then everybody can see it. So you can privately talk about whatever. So definitely thank you very, very much. We're not going to steal the topic idea from Bleach Bros, but just real quickly around the table, no context, no additional commentary. Favorite wrestler ever? Go, Corey.
Come back to me.
Go, Rob.
I had one, but we can't. I can't say that one because that one's a bad one.
China?
No.
Eddie Guerrero. He said that before.
Well, it's honestly back in the day it was between Chris Benoit and Eddie Guerrero, but Chris Benoit is a big no nowadays.
Chris Benoit.
Yeah, we can't do that one.
Jimmy, you never watched wrestling, right?
I didn't, but I'm going to say Stone Cold.
Okay.
That's a good answer.
He's the best Appleboy wrestler.
Yes.
God, we're back to me again.
We're back to you, Corey.
Probably the Crow iteration of Sting.
Nice.
I like that.
Are you sticking with Chris Benoit?
No. I think it's actually like
He was a Four Horsemen.
I think it's gonna be Mankind / Mick Foley.
Yeah, like all of the iterations of Mick Foley are probably a close second for me, but there was just something about Sting dropping down from the rafters with a baseball bat looking like the Crow.
My reason for Stone Cold
Awesome.
is real weird. So, have you guys seen John Cena's Instagram?
No.
Is it just a bunch of blank pictures?
I think it's just a bunch of pictures of potato salad.
So, his Instagram, he posts on it like multiple times a day, and it's always extremely random photos with no caption, no context at all. But like probably 3 or 4 times a week, he posts Stone Cold and then some actor or famous person, and then it's their picture photoshopped over Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Okay.
And that's frequent from John Cena. You should take a look.
So he's your favorite wrestler because of John Cena shit posting.
Yes.
Got it.
I mean, that's a good answer.
That checks
Isn't
out.
it? Yeah, right?
Well, if you want to hear my favorite wrestler, go ahead and listen to the newest episode of the Bleach Bros podcast.
I like that.
You're a cocksucker.
Yep.
That's a bad thing. We're not homophobic. The Appleboys.
Hey, Corey.
Hey, Josh.
If I were to guess, I would say that between now and the last time we talked about concerts and shit, you've been to a bunch, haven't you?
You would be correct, sir.
I went to one with you.
Yeah, you did.
We went to Atlanta. I almost said Orlanta.
We went to Hotlanta.
Hotlanta. We ate at Ted's Montana Grill,
Yeah,
and I had a bison burger.
you sure did.
First time I've ever had one of
Is
those.
it Ted's Montana Grill?
Yeah,
Yes.
it is. Like Ted Turner.
Ted Turner.
I thought it was. Never mind.
You thought it was Ted Montana's Grill?
I did.
That's what Corey
okay.
called it, too.
That is what I called it.
Oh, I
But,
know. I think that because you said that. Got it.
it's my bad.
Yeah, it's
Okay, I'm not an
Ted's
idiot.
Montana Grill.
Okay, cool.
But
Yeah.
bison burger, very good, very tasty. Had it plain.
Because he's a psychopath.
Put a little ketchup on it.
Okay, I was gonna say like plain.
I mean,
or-
yeah.
Yeah, like
Just a
plain as
splash of
can be.
ketchup.
well, splash of ketchup. Well, okay, so no cheese, nothing else.
no, just meat and bun like he gets his tacos.
Do you put ketchup on your tacos?
Nope. It was very good, though.
That's good.
Let's focus on the
Hot
bison
sauce,
burger.
maybe.
The purity of the meat came through because I didn't have it hidden behind all these fucking
The
nasty flavors that
purity
you
of
guys
the
like.
meat. Fuck you.
You don't know about that.
Then we went across the street and saw Senses Fail,
Yep.
The Used, and Rise Against.
Yes.
It's quite the lineup.
Yeah, The Used and Rise Against are 2 of my 4 favorite bands. So growing up, it was Linkin Park, The Used, Story of the Year, and Rise Against. And so I've never actually gotten to see either The Used or Rise Against live.
That's
up
awesome.
Until this most recent trip.
Rise Against is okay. Like their music is fine and everything. I just think they get like a little too political sometimes.
Yeah.
Well, not so much anymore.
Here lately, it just
Rise
seems
Against in the early aughts. Yes. Very, very, very political.
like I realize that you're trolling, by the way, Rob.
Okay, I was just making sure.
I do get that.
All
I
right.
understand.
I was really confused for a sec.
I was like, their name is Rise Against. I haven't even listened to them that much.
I used to love Rage Against the Machine until they became all liberal and political.
I love that shit. It's so good.
It's the same thing with Rise Against. They're like just
Yeah.
people that never listen
Right.
to the lyrics and are just fucking idiots.
Yeah.
Sorry, not sorry.
Yeah.
Since this fail opened, they were fine.
We could have done a lot worse for an opener.
Yep.
Like, Lady in a Blue Dress was worth it for me, period.
For me, it was not so much them playing their music. It was the last thing they did before they transitioned
Yeah.
to Used, where they played all these songs from other bands. They killed that shit.
They did.
They'd be a great cover band.
But, like, they didn't even, like, play, like, one of their big songs. It was just, we're going to play Rage Against the Machine, Limp Bizkit, and some other shit.
All right.
Like, stuff that's not even close to what they play.
Yeah, but they did it great.
They did very well, yeah.
The Used was amazing.
I was taken aback because Bert is fucking huge now. I was
Yeah,
not
he-
expecting that.
He's a swole motherfucker.
Oh, in that way. I thought
Yeah.
he was like real tubby.
No. He is jacked. Like, he got clean
Okay.
and apparently just hit the gym for years.
To be fair, he doesn't look like he's walking around shirtless on Venice Beach, but he's definitely been doing some push-ups.
He is not rail thin, smacked out Bert McCracken.
Would you say he's no longer using?
Correct.
That is very common amongst
Yep.
former addicts, by the way.
Oh, I know. I'm aware. I'm not.
It's a good way to get out of it.
One thing that I was surprised by with the Used, and they played an awesome set. I could have listened to the Used play for 6 hours. I thought their levels were perfect. They had great energy, great stage presence. Everything about what the Used did was unbelievable. I always thought, and this could be a touring thing. It may have to do with them playing live music, and it may not be the way they are in the studio. But I always thought Bert did the screaming for the Used, and he definitely was not the one doing the screaming at the show.
I don't think he did any of the
Right,
screaming
that's what I'm
actually at the
saying.
show.
But
like
I
even
think he
even
does
the
on
parts that
albums,
are
right?
very clearly what he would be like in Taste of Ink, for instance. Like where he's like, "You can see it." Like he didn't even do that part. It was all the bass player.
Yeah. But he did a great job, though.
Yeah, no, he was great. I didn't not enjoy it even a little bit. It was awesome.
I think that this partially because I'm really bad at hearing things and like my ears suck. But I think if I had closed my eyes and just listened, I wouldn't have been able to tell that he wasn't the one screaming because it just sounded great.
Yeah, I don't know.
But
I probably could have.
well, of course you could.
I'm pretty sure his voice is just fucked after
That's what I was thinking
20
too.
years of doing that. Or however long it's been.
Both the Used and Rise Against have been doing this for 20 plus years without taking breaks and without stopping.
That's wild.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive the longevity of what they're doing.
It's crazy.
I mean, if you like, I don't know how they like vocal technique, how they scream, but if you look at Corey Taylor, for example, his scream on Slipknot's Iowa album versus his scream in any recent Slipknot album is very, very different. And the reason why is because he realized he was just absolutely fucking his vocal cords.
Same thing with old Randy Blythe of Lamb of God.
Yeah.
Like I think it was post Sacrament, really.
Yeah.
He went to a vocal coach and started singing more.
There's a way to scream that doesn't, like, it still is like somewhat damaging, but it's not nearly as bad. The Iowa scream is something else though. It's fucking crazy.
It's gruff.
Yeah.
I think that what you're talking about is something that Chester Bennington had pretty much perfected, that he was able to go in night after night after night, just scream his ass off. And
No, he couldn't scream anymore whenever he was towards like the last couple tours. Like he was not at the same level that he was ever, and it's because
he did it for like 8 years though.
correct. But by the end of that 8 years, his voice was fucked.
Corey Taylor's been doing it since '99.
Whatever, man.
Just
You just
saying.
like him because his name's Corey.
No, he has
True.
an E in the name though, so
So fuck him.
can't get behind that. But
I was actually going to bring up Chester as an example of someone that did it incorrectly. Like that's why his voice was just
M.
fucking
Shadows of
gone.
Avenged Sevenfold did it incorrectly.
Yeah, that too.
He tore his vocal cords, and they had to change their band entirely
Yeah.
Oh boy.
for the worse.
True.
What do you think of Rise Against?
It's like my third time seeing Rise Against. So they're great every time. Like his voice sounds pretty much exactly like it does on the albums. It comes through a little bit more shrill in concert horns, but it's perfect every time.
Have you guys ever, I'm going to get a little technical, so bear with me, but have you guys ever heard of like magnetic planar or electrostatic type speakers?
I have those in my system at home.
No,
Yeah.
you don't.
I've heard Corey's. They
Yes,
sound great.
I do.
Do you really?
Yes.
I had no idea. I've been to your house 1,000 times and I didn't know that.
That I had electrostatic speakers?
No, I'm just joshing again.
Okay. About to say, I don't have magnaplaners, no, but
So when I listen to electrostatic speakers, and it's like a really thin film that vibrates to create sound, and it sounds different than a traditional driver style speaker. Like the normal speaker that you would hear, it's just a different type of sound. And the first time that I ever heard one of these types of speakers, it was like a 3-minute demo, and I loved it, and I bought a pair immediately. Like after one demo, 3 minutes, bought a pair, ordered them, got them home. And within 45 minutes of listening to them, I had to turn them off because my ears hurt so much. Like it was whatever you call it, ear fatigue or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's just, the best way I can describe it is it sounds sharp. It feels like it's like stabbing my eardrums.
Yeah.
And Rise Against, to me, the lead singer's vocals were like that. They were super, super sharp, and it wasn't really a volume level thing because they weren't really louder than the Used or Senses Fail. It just was very unpleasant to my ears.
You guys got to bring earplugs to these shows.
I actually talked to Corey about that before we left. I said,
No, man.
do you think I should get some earplugs? Because I haven't been to a show in a while.
It's
and
pretty
he said,
important.
It's so important.
And he said, nah, man, don't be a pussy. And
All
then
right.
and then I talked to my wife, and I was like, hey, should we get earplugs? And she was like, nah, man, don't be a pussy.
Oh
Like,
my God.
She didn't say that, but she was like, no, I'm not taking earplugs.
All right, to all of our listeners, it's very important that you wear earplugs at shows. Like if you go to a show like a few times a year, fuck it, whatever. Don't be a pussy. But if you go to shows like 2 or 3 times a month, like fucking Corey over here,
My hearing's fine though,
this
man.
quote unquote badass, you should definitely wear earplugs
Your
because
hearing's going to be just like Chester Bennington's fucking screaming.
because there's going to be a time after one show where you're like, man, this ringing just isn't going away, and then it's never going to go away, Corey. Constant ringing.
I think it's gonna be fine.
And they're going to have to sleep with a fucking fan on.
I already do.
Do you have tinnitus already?
No, there's no ringing ever, but I sleep with a fan on constantly.
I have tinnitus. It's always in the background. It's not that bad.
You have mild tinnitus.
Yeah. No, I mean, I can hear it right now.
Yeah.
Like if I don't think about it, it just kind of goes away. But if I'm like in a car alone and the car's off and I'm in the garage, it's deafening.
Yeah, I have a friend that's like, she's my age.
don't
She's
have
like
that.
23, but she just went on a festival bender between ages like 18 to 20, no earplugs, and she has the worst tinnitus I've ever experienced. One time I stayed the night at her place because we like had a party there, and
Congrats.
fuck you. She turned on like 3 fans, and I thought there was an airplane taking off upstairs, and it just nonstop. So
No,
loud.
I just put fans on low, just kind of a low hum,
Yeah, that's reasonable.
and
She has like 3 of the like $20 box fans.
oh, and they're on like high.
Yes.
Yeah, no, I don't do that. It's just purely to where I can go into like almost a tantric state.
Oh boy.
I also sleep with fans on, but it has nothing to do with the sound. It has to do with the fact that I run hot all the time.
That
and
too.
I
That
need
makes more
the
sense.
airflow.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have our ceiling fan on low and our tower fan on low all night long.
I have a funny quick story involving Jimmy's mom. So when I was a kid, my mom would always complain that she would want to turn the fan on at nighttime because she would get too warm sleeping. And my dad would say, no, it dries my eyes out. But they were sleeping. How could it dry his eyes out?
Through his sinus cavity.
No, I mean, that's
Is that a thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, they all connect in there.
Yeah, with Sleep Machine, sometimes the air leaks out of the mask and hits me in the eye, and it even if my eyes are closed, it dries out your eyes.
Jimmy's mom is going to have a problem with this rebuttal. I'll let her duke it out with you guys in the Discord.
Sorry,
okay.
Jimmy's mom. I'm
That's
on your
fine.
side 100%, but I do think the dry
Yeah.
eyes thing is probably real.
Yeah, fuck Jimmy's dad.
Well,
I didn't say
She
I
did.
didn't say- All right.
Oh.
moving on.
So you're talking about if you're in a garage, your tinnitus is deafening. Have you ever been inside an anechoic chamber?
No, but I don't want that.
It's a bad time.
Yo, it is freaky as fuck.
You can hear your blood pumping through
That's
your
what I-
veins.
That's what I was about to say.
Yeah.
I could literally hear my heart beating, and that started to stress me out. And
Right.
I could hear it like speeding up,
Yeah.
like as I'm getting stressed out because I can hear my heart beating, and I think I might be having a heart attack. It starts beating faster as it's like reacting to me,
And then you had a heart attack.
and then I died.
And then we brought him back.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
This is Josh 2.0.
Yep, not to be confused with Tosh 2.0.
I wish there was a Tosh 2.0. I missed that show.
It was just Tosh 0.0.
It was just Tosh 0.0, yeah.
So confused.
Yeah, I was like, where are you going with this joke, Josh?
It wasn't a joke. It was just me talking.
Sure.
Yeah, that was a fucking joke.
Sorry, my bad.
Yeah.
Turned it into my fault.
This episode's going really well.
So
Thanks,
far,
guys.
so good.
I like it.
So to answer your earlier question, yes, I'd been to a couple of concerts since the last time we recorded, which we went to the Rise Against concert before our last episode, actually, but we didn't think it would be prudent based off the subject matter of the last episode to bring that up.
To be fair, though, they did do a poetic pit
Yeah, with the
that was
Shakespeare
all
and
about
stuff.
emo,
Yeah,
and it probably would have fit in really well with the
it
episode.
probably really would have, yeah. But the week after that, my fiance and I, we went down south and we saw Beartooth and A Day to Remember along with Bad Omens. And that was great. Like, you want to talk about like CD quality audio for every performance? Bad Omens, when they were coming out, I was sitting there, I was like, they're coming out soon. And the guy was standing there singing. I thought it was a recording. It was incredible.
Crazy.
That is crazy.
I thought you saw Bad Wolves, not Bad Omens.
No, very different band.
Very different band. Bad Omens is fine. Bad Wolves, I have problems with.
Why do you have problems with them?
Because the fucking zombie cover is a goddamn disgrace.
Well, you and I forget which one. I don't remember if it was Jake or the Hateful Gnome. One of them. That's their favorite cover, like one of their favorite
Oh,
covers.
boy.
He's a goddamn idiot.
All right, duke it out in the
I'll
Discord.
fight him IRL.
Oh, IRL.
Post your address, bitch.
How was Beartooth?
Beartooth is great.
So Beartooth was great.
Beartooth was great.
Bad
They've-
Omens was CD quality.
Everyone was.
Would you
for
say
that matter?
Would you say that this was really a day to remember?
Ha ha. Ha 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 ha.
That was a
ha.
good one. I get it.
God damn it, Josh.
It meant a lot to us.
Oh,
It's in A Day to Remember
Yep.
song,
Yeah.
if it means a lot to you. But Beartooth has quickly become one of my fiance's favorite bands, and A Day to Remember has, for a long time, been one of her favorite bands. So this was a really special day for her. And leading up to it, I just kept asking her if she was super excited, and of course she was.
So it was like a fiance palooza.
Sure, we'll go with that. That's fine.
Hey, while you guys were there, did you happen to watch the movie Casablanca by chance?
She fucking hates that movie.
Yeah, Casablanca sucks anyways.
There you go. That's another A Day to Remember song.
is it?
Yeah.
I don't know any of these bands. That's why I'm very quiet during this.
Sorry.
It's okay. I didn't really get that it was going to be your kind of music.
Oh,
I
you're good.
apologize.
Yeah, like
It's just kind of past
I've
your
listened
time.
to all these bands, but they're like not my thing enough to know anything about them.
That's fair.
Speaking of fiance palooza, have you ever listened to the 1993 Weird Al Yankovic album, Palooza?
Sure did.
I think you ruined Josh's joke somehow.
It wasn't a joke. I was trying to lead into,
I
God,
saw
nothing's
him
a-
this week.
well, I thought that was relevant to ask you because you're wearing a Weird Al shirt.
I am wearing a Weird Al shirt because I saw him this week.
Is it Alfred or Albert?
I honestly don't know.
Alfred.
So all the
it-
fucking times you have made fun of my segues, and that's acceptable? Are you shitting me?
He's got a point.
I'll be like, speaking of this, and you'll be like, Jimmy, we got to redo that. It's not very good, Jimmy.
I'm leaving all of this in.
I can't
Leave it
remember.
in.
I don't remember any Jimmy, we got to redo that. In all
There have been
fairness.
a couple times.
It was definitely
have
more
they?
towards the beginning.
No.
Yeah. Where he would do the really obvious transitions.
Oh, okay. I do remember that.
I thought it was funny.
I
and
did
it is
too.
funny.
It is funny.
It's funny to me. It's like an
very
ironic.
meta.
Yeah.
yeah.
Then
Not-
why aren't you laughing right now?
Yeah, not to our demographic.
It's
I was
fucking-
laughing, but then I thought about the past when I've gotten shunned.
Do you have
Cucked by Josh?
PTJD,
Yes, I do.
post-traumatic Josh disorder?
Absolutely.
Sorry, Jimmy. Can we hug it out after the episode?
No.
Okay.
It's going to trigger me.
That's
yeah,
fine,
I was
too.
I was just about to say that.
But yes, I went to go see Weird Al this week as well.
Cool. Cool.
Josh just goes to hug you, And he whispers a fucking dad joke in your ear.
Pretty much, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
God damn it, not again.
Which the Weird Al concert was kind of an awkward situation because it wasn't a normal Weird Al concert.
How's that?
So normally Weird Al is known for his parodies, right? That's what everyone recognizes him for. That's why he's famous. He has a lot of original songs as well.
Right.
And in this concert, the title of it is the Ill-Advised Self-Indulgent Vanity Tour, where he only plays his original songs.
I feel like that's not what I would want to go to.
And a lot of people at the concert didn't want to either.
Yeah, makes sense. Wait, so I guess it's not like super obvious when you go walk into it?
I mean, I feel like the return of the Ill-Advised Self-Indulgent Vanity Tour being the name of the tour.
Right.
And him posting multiple times, hey guys, I'm not going to play parodies.
I see.
I'm only going to do original content. Would have been obvious enough for a lot of people, but apparently many people just see Weird Al and go, I'm going to hear Amish Paradise.
Right.
So did people boo?
No one booed, but they're like the guy sitting next to us was very clearly like he was not having the time of his life for sure.
Huh.
Did he break out the accordion?
Multiple times, yes.
Fuck yeah.
So there is a couple who I've come across in the podcasting world. One of them runs a podcast called the Infectious Groove Podcast, which is
fuck yeah.
It's a really good music podcast.
Have you ever listened to Infectious Grooves? They're a band.
No.
Oh, they're great.
Of course.
I'll check them out.
That's different.
It's the Suicidal Tendencies guys, but they're doing like jazz music.
Oh,
Oh.
that's really cool.
That
Yeah.
sounds really cool, actually.
It's fucking so good. They're incredible musicians.
All right, well, you should probably check out the Infectious Groove Podcast because it's a pretty good music podcast.
Hell yeah. I mean,
they're-
if they
they're
know about
into
Infectious
everything.
Grooves, then yeah. They're my people.
Anyway, this guy's female companion, it's unclear to me whether they are married or dating or I don't
No one knows.
They're
I don't know what
symbiotic life partners.
I don't know what their relationship status is. But she runs a podcast with her brother called the Beard Owl Podcast.
Nice.
BEER apostrophe D Owl Podcast.
I like that too.
That's great.
And
a good
It's
name.
a double, triple entrant.
Yep.
Help.
Yeah, you almost got there.
That's a triple entrepreneur right there.
Anyway, they drink beers and review them and then talk about Weird Al. So they review albums
Awesome.
and songs and stuff like that. Biggest Weird Al fans I've ever met.
Hell
And
yeah. They would have loved this tour then.
one thing that I really actually I'm sure they saw the tour at some point. I think they're down in Florida.
Such
so
a huge tour. I don't know how he does it
shirts through there.
at the age he's at.
He's only 62, man.
And he's physically fit.
Yeah.
Still,
Dude, the Rolling
Have
Stones.
you
so many
seen
so
Dolly
many tour
Parton?
dates.
Mick Jagger is a
I have.
skeleton, and he's still fucking doing it.
I think I may have went over this stat last time, but he's like one of the only, or maybe the only person ever to have platinum hits in 5 decades, something like that, or Billboard charting hits in 5 decades.
All right.
It's some like ridiculous stat, but long story short, he's been doing it for a long, long time.
Right.
Who, Weird Al?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Nice.
And so the Beard Owl Podcast, one of the things that I admire about their Twitter account is the lady who runs the podcast. And I apologize for not knowing your name. If you're listening, I'm sorry. I'll try to do better. Michelle, I think, is her name. If it's Michelle, I did well. If not, I failed.
Oh, I thought you were going to rhyme.
I tried. Failed is sort of well and fell. If I'd been Eminem, I would have made it work.
You got to pronounce it weird.
Yeah. But anyway, she has a different Weird Al shirt that she wears every day. And
Wow, that's
it's
impressive.
Hashtag Weird Al every day. Sort of like our Miller Lite thing.
Yeah,
But
I'm
they're
looking at
on-
their Instagram. This is impressive.
They're on like day 500 and something.
Wow.
So
That's incredible. Does she make them herself, or did she just
I
have an
don't-
impressive collection?
I don't know that she never has a duplicate. I think she probably does duplicate sometimes, but she has a lot of different. I've never seen a duplicate, and I've been following their Twitter for a long time.
I have 2 Weird Al shirts, and I bought both of them at the concert that I went to.
This most recent one.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I really like the one you're wearing right now.
The one I'm wearing right now is great. This one was one that I looked back at my fiance. I was like, should I buy it? And she was like, he has a great look on his face. I was like, you're fucking right, he does.
It's pretty good.
Yep, it is.
And then I bought a Hawaiian shirt that is Weird Al themed.
Of course.
It was very expensive.
He embodies that spirit.
He really does. And it's like, it's got a bunch of UHF stuff on it, which is near and dear to my heart. I loved that movie. Which when he opened, opening for him was Emo Phillips, who was also featured in UHF. He was the guy who cuts off his fingertip with the table saw.
I really like that most of Weird Al's band has been with him for forever.
Yeah.
Like
The
understudy's been there for like 22 years.
He introduced his keyboard player as the new guy.
Yeah, that's the guy I'm talking about.
He
He's
goes-
been there like 22 years or something.
He goes, he's been with us since 91.
Yeah. Oh, it's more than that then. Goodness.
That's crazy.
That's a long time.
Shall we? It's
long.
29 years,
It's
right?
quite a bit longer than I've been alive.
31 years.
31
There you go.
years. There you go. We were going to get
We got
there.
there. We got there.
He apparently was also featured. He was a child star actor. The keyboard player was.
Huh.
He was on like Chico and Me or some shit, some sitcom from the 70s.
Interesting. Chico and me.
Oh man, I have a child star story to tell later,
Oh,
but not
boy.
right now.
I ever tell you guys about the time that I survived a plane crash?
No.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, everyone died except for me. You know why?
Why?
It's a fucking dad joke.
No, it's a Weird Al song, buddy. Because I have my tray table.
Oh, yeah.
up,
He did
and my
Albuquerque
seat
too.
back in the full upright position.
Yeah,
have my
he
tray
did.
table
He did
up.
Albuquerque as well. I should have known that. Sorry.
Yeah. You should have picked up on it.
Yeah.
Should have picked up what I was putting down.
My bad.
Should have been mowing what I was growing.
The first Weird Al song I ever listened to was Barney's on Fire.
Nice.
I was like 5 or 6.
I'm pretty sure mine was either Dare to Be Stupid or UHF.
Mine was definitely a parody.
I think, yeah, when I was like 5 or 6, I was like looking through the songs on my dad's computer and was like, I like Barney. Why is he on fire? And I was very confused.
The first one that I remember, I don't think this was the first one that I heard, but the first one that I remember was the American Pie parody about Star Wars.
Yeah. The saga begins.
Yep.
That's a good one.
I think I probably still know every word of that song.
A lot of the parodies are very easy to know all the words to because like you're so familiar with the cadence of the song that they're parodying, and his lyrics are so memorable. He was telling a story, well, not really a story so much as just kind of a comment as he was playing his original songs during this tour. He goes, I have a reputation of being like a really nice guy, and I'm frequently the soundtrack for a lot of families' road trips, that kind of stuff. And he goes, and I love that. But I'm listening to these original songs and man, they're violent. And he's not wrong. He talks frequently about killing people in a very positive light.
All right.
It's true.
I have some bad news for you guys.
What's that?
Mm-hmm.
I got some plans tonight.
Oh, yeah?
I'm sorry.
Is it involve a store?
Yeah, are you going to go rob someone?
No, I had to think about it.
So
Not this evening.
I realize that you're trying to.
I just have some friends I rarely see that are in town. Trying to go see them. Sorry.
Yeah, I realize you're trying to do a bad segue into you leaving.
Yeah, it's a really weird segue.
And before you go, as you flip the rob off,
Let's
Corey-
talk about crime.
Corey brought some grocery store Jell-O shots prepackaged today.
So I was walking down the beer aisle, and I picked up a 12-pack of White Claw Surges because that's been my thing here lately. And I was walking down the aisle just trying to find something else that was interesting. And I saw this tub of Jell-O shots. And I was like, hey, that could be fun. So I take those up to the register. And I guess in our state, if you're under 18, you're not allowed to ring up alcohol.
I'm pretty sure that's like every state.
Is it?
I think it is.
Oh, it didn't seem that way in Florida.
Well, that doesn't count.
Is Florida no longer a state? Did they secede?
Have you
They
ever read
should,
an article
Maya.
that starts with Florida Man?
I've read a few in my day. Yeah.
Yeah,
I played a game like that.
you know.
Yeah. But anyway, I put my items down on the little conveyor belt. Kid picks up the container of Jello shots and just scans it, sets it down, leaves the White Claws on the conveyor belt because those are alcohol. So are the Jello shots, but he is unaware.
Yeah.
He calls the code 7 or whatever it is to get someone over to ring up the alcohol. And while we're waiting, there's like a gathering of underage kids. One of them looks at the container of Jello shots and says, well, that's weird. There's like little containers of Jello. Huh. I've never seen anything like that before. I said, yeah, man, I said the same thing.
I have to say, this container gives you almost no indication that there's alcohol in it.
I mean, it definitely has what looks to be a parental advisory label on it that says contains alcohol.
Fucking where?
The black and white label? I know you never bought a CD before.
Oh, it's like
Jimmy doesn't know what a parental advisory label is. Oh my
I
fucking
totally
God.
do.
That's
I
not
just,
true.
I like legitimately didn't see it. Jesus
That's
Christ.
the
Let me
gray
see.
E next to the Spotify click,
me see.
right?
It's so small.
Oh, it is. It's kind of small.
Thank you, Rob.
Yeah.
Fuck you guys.
Why are you so sensitive? Fuck.
But
When
anyway,
did we start talking about you being a little fucking thief?
It's because he's a goddamn zoomer.
we're getting there. It's
I need a
So-
safe space.
They didn't actually ring up, and I thought it was just because it was asking for my ID. So I had my ID out to show it to him, and he's waiting for the people to ring up the alcohol. And then he like looks at the container, like turns a little bit, and I think he may have seen that it said that it contains alcohol, and he's not supposed to touch that stuff. So then he quickly puts it in a bag and then just like leaves it on the conveyor belt. And the person finally comes over to ring up the White Claws. They like scan it, and they're like, invalid UPC. What's going on here? We've sold these forever. And then they just ring up the White Claws, and it's the only thing I'm charged for. And kid presses total, and he's like, it's like $18 or whatever it is. And I pay, and he like hands me both things and says, thanks much, have a good night.
So then Jimmy hears this story and says, yeah, man, y'all ever go to Kroger and get buy one, get one free air filters in the self-checkout?
So
That is what you said.
let me explain, okay? This doesn't sound better with context.
I can't wait to hear you try to explain this away.
I'm not going to explain myself away. I'm just going to tell you how you can buy one, get one air filters at Kroger.
Yeah, this man. You guys ever just steal some shit?
This is a how-to.
So air
by
filters
Jimmy.
don't weigh much at all, right? So, and air filters are also expensive. So you get two of them together, and you scan them together.
You hold both at the same time.
Correct. Through the
Okay.
self-checkout.
Yeah,
Hold them both together and place it to the side.
and that's it.
Do you know why air filters and razor blades and things like that are so fucking expensive?
Because of people
Because
like
motherfuckers
you.
like
Capitalism.
you
Oh, I thought it was Brandon.
steal them, and then the rest of us have to pay the upcharge
I caught
for them having to charge us for the ones that you stole.
That's the most boomer shit I've ever heard, Josh.
I'm not gonna disagree with him.
I don't understand how you
Razors.
sleep at night.
There's a reason that razors are typically behind a locked fucking case now.
Yeah.
I don't buy razors.
Wait till you have to get somebody to come unlock your fucking air filters.
Yeah, it's coming, buddy.
It's coming.
But they're going to give me
That's-
2 air filters, and then I'm going to go through the self-checkout.
And then
no,
just
it's
buy
gonna
one.
be
Yeah.
walk up the lockup, bud.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah, he'll figure it out.
I'll find other little trinkets.
To steal. Jimmy,
What do you...
Jimmy's mom, you raised a klepto.
you don't feel guilt about this? You earlier you're like, it's fucking Kroger, man. Who cares? Who
Have
gives
you,
a shit?
have you heard me talk about capitalism, Josh?
I have never heard you talk about blatantly stealing from people.
If you see what the Kroger CEO makes, it makes me
What the
a lot
fuck
less
does that have to
upset.
do
All
with
right, all
you
right.
stealing?
Hold on.
This is about to get off the rails real quick.
Listen, let's talk about this for a second.
'Kay.
So, Jimmy,
Hey,
you work for a company in which you pay cost plus a percentage.
yeah,
That's your employee discount.
yeah.
Okay. And if you buy a cable that costs $25, how much does that cable cost? You, if you buy it yourself.
About $1.80.
Okay. So how much does an air filter cost retail?
About $26.
How much do you think it costs to actually assemble that air filter?
About $1.50.
Okay. So do you think the company is still making a profit based on cost of the product?
Absolutely.
Okay. I don't see a problem.
I love Rob.
Period. That's it.
Rob's my favorite Apple boy.
Oh, goodness.
They're not losing money. They're straight up not. They're still making money on the sale.
So,
You paid for one.
And it's just the
At
occasional
$26.
BOGO, you know?
So Jimmy told that story pre-podcast, and it unlocked a memory for me as well.
Hell yeah.
When I was pretty fucked up in a Walmart one evening, and I was buying cleaning supplies. My brother and I were living together, and our house was disgusting. So I was trying to buy like bathroom cleaning supplies, and they had these, like I think it's the little like the tank things. Like you drop them in the tank, and like it self cleans. Like when every time you flush, it like dissolves a little bit. It's like chlorine or whatever. And they had these in these display cases where it was like it had like the kind of like candy bars in a gas station or condoms or whatever. Where
Yeah.
you take one and it drops down. It's like a feeder.
Right.
I did not realize that in my state of mind, and I just grabbed the whole thing, and I went to the self-checkout line,
Oh my God.
and I scanned the UPC on the box and put it in the bag, and it started being like, "No, man, this is not okay.
Way too heavy.
This is not what you scanned."
Right.
And then the Walmart lady comes over and it's like, "Oh, baby, it's okay. It does that all the time," and scans your thing and puts in her code, and I'm like, "Thank you, ma'am." And I didn't realize it until I got home. I was like, "Oh shit." I just got like 20 of these things for the price of one.
I have something to add here. So me and Rob were
Me too.
talking earlier about how I just get super fucking lucky with ordering things like from Amazon and stuff. Like I remember this one time I ordered this first aid kit off of Amazon.
I remember when this happened.
Yeah, I ordered this like small like $50 first aid kit. It's a nice one. It's $50. So it's got like everything you could want in a small package.
They probably sent you a fucking pallet, didn't they?
Not quite. So this is it's like an outdoor supply company. So they have like these whole like survival gear backpacks you can buy that have like fucking tents and shit in them, and like knives, gloves, like everything.
A goddamn hatchet.
Yeah. So I got this, when I received the box, it was a massive box, like the size of this podcast table. Open it up, and there is a $500 backpack in it from that company that happens to have one of the first aid kit things in it. So someone in this warehouse was like, "Oh, that's the same company," and just puts it in a box. And that kind of thing has happened to me so many times.
You ordered a Corolla and got a Porsche.
Pretty much. Like I've ordered like air filters for my car. I've ordered like oil
Hold on
filters.
a second. You don't just do the BOGO air filters for your car too?
I can't do that.
He may as well have.
I may as well have, but this wasn't on purpose at all. Like my oil filters for my car were like delayed by like a week. So on Amazon, you have the option on the app to request a new one if it doesn't come within a certain amount of time. I did that 3 times because it took, like they just kept getting delayed, like weeks and weeks and weeks. I need to change the oil in my car.
Fucking chip shortage, man.
So I got 5 air filters for the price of one. No joke. I think the
Nice.
most egregious one was I ordered tires on Amazon for my car for some reason.
What?
This was pandemic mode, like peak pandemic mode, and I was not going anywhere. So I was like, fuck it, this is a good deal. I'm going to get these tires.
I ordered a spoon engine on Amazon for my Honda Civic.
Yeah. And I order 4 tires and I get 8. The first set arrive on the front porch. I'm like, okay, roll them down the hill, put them on the back. Second set arrives 2 days later, and I'm like, woo! Because this is like $1,200 just sitting there.
That's wild, man.
And I like let them sit there for about a month because I was like, Amazon's definitely gonna like email me and be like, hey man, did you get 8 tires?
That's our bad.
Yeah.
So I 100% promise you that this is not me virtue signaling.
Okay.
But if what happened to Corey happened to me, I'm fucked up in a Walmart and I buy a case of something instead of one, and I find out the next day that happened, I am going to go back to Walmart and I'm going to ask to speak to a manager. I'm going to tell him what happened and I'm going to try to pay for it or give him the stuff back.
I definitely could not have afforded to pay for it back then.
And if I probably would have given him the stuff back if I were in that position. And if I'm Jimmy, I'm going to email Amazon and be like, hey, you guys sent me 8 tires. I only ordered 4. How do I get these back to you?
Amazon and Walmart are such bad companies. Like
Yeah,
they're
but-
awful to their employees.
And Amazon also would just be like, whatever.
Right. if Amazon comes back and says, "Hey, it's going to cost us more for you to ship it back than to keep it, just donate it to your local charity or something."
So it's a moral thing, not like weighing
It has
whether.
nothing to do with the.
Yeah.
I
I
don't
get
care
it.
about the company. I literally would not be able to sleep at night.
Okay. I get it. We're just different people, and it's fine.
Yeah, that's wild to me.
Yeah.
Now, if it's like grandpa's fucking tire shop,
Yeah. Absolutely.
that's different.
Yeah. If it's like a small business.
Happy Tees, rubber wheels.
Yeah.
If I'm
That's
affecting
different.
if I'm affecting anyone that works at that place, like in that store, it's a no-go for me. Can't do it.
Right.
So, at what point does a company transition from being worth being moral to them versus not? What I mean by that is, like, at some point, we justify not being, like, not doing the right thing because fuck those guys, they're a big evil corporation, whatever. So I'm gonna be a fucking thief. No offense, kind of.
No offense, you
Yeah,
said
that was
fucking thief.
Jesus.
Yeah, I mean, you really
Mine was an
enunciated,
honest
too.
mistake.
Yeah.
Like,
It's
I
not-
had no ill will. I even was like, I don't know why this is happening. And the Walmart lady was like, it's okay, baby.
BOGO air filters is intentional.
It certainly is.
Sure.
I will own up to it.
Oh, yeah.
That is stealing.
It's not a regular
that's
thing I
not-
do by any means, but I definitely did
different.
it.
And what I'm saying is we're finding ways to justify this. And the more people that find ways to justify this, the more it does affect regular people. Like that's
Also, don't you rent?
Yes.
Why are you buying air filters?
It's not covered in my rental contract.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's weird.
Yeah.
Every place I've rented, they care about the HVAC system.
It's weird if
Working.
you're
So
if you're in like an apartment,
Yeah,
like a big apartment building, then yes, it's covered.
Yeah, I rent a house.
Yeah, I did too.
Oh, okay.
I've rented
This is from a guy that
4 or
owns
5
like
houses.
2 buildings, though. He doesn't own like a whole thing and have like property managers.
Yeah, no, all of mine anyway were private. But
Oh, okay.
they always were like, hey, change your air filter. Here you go.
Gotcha.
Because they didn't want me to break their HVAC,
I see.
which I absolutely would have done at that time in my life.
That's fair.
Because I didn't know that I needed to do that.
I always have to set reminders because my girlfriend has real bad asthma and we have cats.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, in that case, then there's even more of a case for BOGO air filters.
Thank you, Rob.
Yeah,
Thank
I'm
you
with
so
you, man.
much. Anyway, I think
Josh about to lose his fucking
Josh needs
mind.
to finish.
I think you should go.
I specifically, Rob should go too.
Josh is about to go fucking Old Testament on your ass.
Yeah, it is. Fire and brimstone.
No, you said you have
Southern
friends to hang
Baptist,
out
buddy.
with.
Oh my God, you're being so mean.
I'm not. You're fucking stealing.
Listen, listen. I can support the liberal anarchism movement without you. It's okay.
Thank you, Rob.
Yeah, I'll double down for you.
I'm
Listen,
really scared of Josh right now. I
You
have-
should be.
if you lived in
PTJ
San Francisco,
the-
would
the
you be one of those
PTJD is-
motherfuckers that goes into the Walgreens and steals $598 worth of stuff because $600 and below is not a crime?
No, it's because they're all fucking behind locked cases at this
why
point.
did that happen?
It's because there's
Because
shitty
there's
people
so many
in San
fucking
Francisco.
people like Jimmy who just
No.
go in there and think,
You were over exaggerating
Oh, my
this so
goodness.
much. It's
Oh, goodness
unreal.
me.
Such an over exaggeration.
The poor corporation that doesn't pay taxes has to affect
Yes.
their bottom line. Oh no.
Yes.
Fuck you. I'll fight you right now in the street, you bitch. That's not true. I love you, Josh.
I love you too, Josh. You're giving me the PTJD right now, and I don't want it. I don't want it to get worse.
I don't know where we go from here.
Oh my God.
I don't know what to say.
Listen, guys, we really appreciate you listening, but this is the last Appleboys episode that you'll ever hear.
That's not what I'm saying.
At least with me in it.
That's not what I'm saying. It just fucking blows my mind, buddy. Like, it's not about who you're stealing from. It's about you stealing.
It's about you.
I balance the books. Like, so for the record, I'm not a thiefer, right? So I'm not the person that goes in and does it, but I don't mind if people do it. But I think that like the bad that Amazon does, or Walmart does or whatever. Like during the employee hiring process at Walmart, they tell you how to apply for food stamps.
Do you know how to fucking punish Walmart? It's not steal from them. It's don't shop there.
I mean,
that's not
Do you know how to
punishing them.
punish Amazon?
Both are
don't
the same.
Shop there.
Both are the same.
They're not the same.
You can't really steal from Amazon, for the record. Like they just kind of send you shit by accident and you keep it.
Right.
That's not stealing. That's
No.
They fucked up.
I've never stolen from Amazon.
You're reaping the benefit. You can't
Correct.
steal from Amazon.
You can't. They systematically let you do it. I just want to be clear, Josh. I think I think your opinion is valid, and I'm not trying to tell you you're wrong. And you're trying, and I understand that you're trying to tell me I'm wrong. It's fine. You have your opinions.
I legitimately believe that things balance out over time. It's a karma versus dharma situation, right? Like, I legitimately think that if you put bad things out into the universe, it's going to come back to you.
Right.
And if that is in the form of little Jimmy,
Little Jimmy. That's fine. That's fine.
little Jimmy BOGOing some air filters, like shit happens, man.
So you bring up karma versus dharma.
Uh-huh.
Where does Greg come in?
I don't know. Will and Grace are somewhere in there too.
Oh boy.
Josh, I'd like to remember that commandment number 1 is thou shalt not murder.
I can't tell if Josh is steaming because he's hot or if he's like mentally hot.
I feel like
It's both.
this is a
Yeah.
good time to take a break. Jimmy's got to go,
Josh has to.
and
cool
we
down.
need to plug a promo here. I think.
You're listening to the Appleboys podcast. Now back to your hosts, Josh, Corey, Rob, and Jimmy.
Josh, did you know that between the cranberry and the blackberry surges that we've been drinking, I have no preference between the two, but I choose the cranberry over the blackberry because I know you don't like the cranberries?
It has been brought to my attention that I have been implicated in a crime tonight.
Well, that's not a response to what I said, but go on.
That was a way of me saying thank you without saying it.
I appreciate that.
I was acknowledging my part in the debauchery of the night. In a
Look,
way,
man,
in
the
a way
kid
of solidarity.
just didn't
and
ring
thank-
up the Jello shots, and I didn't correct him.
I
That's
drank-
all that was.
And I drank 3 of them.
I didn't want him to get written up.
It's. Have you seen The Good Place?
I've seen an episode or 2. It's pretty shitty.
All right,
I've heard
that's a fucking hot take.
Yeah, I've heard The Good Place is great. What I've watched of it is fantastic.
The Good Place is one of the best shows that I've seen recently, and I'm not exaggerating.
It's no Cheers, that's for sure.
Is that because of Ted Danson?
Yeah.
Have you watched Mr. Mayor? Also features Ted Danson.
Yeah,
Have not
that's
seen it.
shittier than The Good Place.
Oh man, I love Mr. Mayor.
I haven't seen it, but The Good
It's
Place
just-
is fantastic.
Just
It is.
brainless comedy. I love it.
It's legitimately one of the best shows that I've seen.
Good Place is very smart comedy.
It's very it's real good.
Mr. Mayor, totally brainless.
All right.
So the thing is, Corey stole the Jello shots, and I drank
I
them.
did not steal them. He scanned them and put them in a bag, and the register did not pick it up.
So
I didn't want to get him in trouble.
is intentionally not saying something so that someone doesn't find out about it different than lying about something?
Yeah.
You can't lie by omission.
No.
You just leave a detail out and they don't know.
Yeah, ask Trump.
It depends. I think my point with the Good Place argument was that so spoiler alert, if you actually want to watch the show and you care about that, skip like maybe 2 minutes in the future here, and we'll not be talking about this anymore. But one of the main like points of the show is that pretty much everyone is going to the bad place now. So they're all going to hell. And the reason why is because any decision that you make has some negative impact on the world. So if you go to the grocery store and buy tomatoes, for example, buying those tomatoes, especially if they're not organic tomatoes, is taking advantage of the underpaid workers that are buying those, or that are picking those tomatoes for you, that are making $1 a day or whatever it might be. And that's kind of how it is. It's like any decision that you can make can be rationalized in a bad way. You can look at this and put a bad spin on it if you want to, but when it comes down to it, people make their decisions based on what they think is good and bad. And certain decisions are bad. Like stealing is not the correct thing to do. However, are companies not stealing from you for charging for a product that costs them $1 to make or $1 to buy, whatever it might be, and charging $30 for it? Is that not the same thing?
No.
Can you elaborate?
Supply and demand.
Okay. Very good.
You need this, so I will charge whatever I want for it. It's like cars right now.
Great. Yeah, that's a great point. I mean, that's the inherent problem with capitalism and why our inflation rate is through the fucking roof right now, is because companies are taking advantage of people that are not able to make a different choice. That's
there's no perfect system though, buddy.
I understand that. I'm with you, but
because Venezuela didn't turn out so good,
I'm not saying that we should go to communism by any means.
and Russia is looking real good too right now.
Not saying that we should go to communism by any means.
Russia is not a communist nation.
Close enough.
They elected their president
Okay,
to like his 42nd consecutive term.
sure.
They just really like him.
Yep. That's why the opponent to him is he dead? I think he's
Probably.
dying in prison.
Yeah, I mean,
I think he's dying, quote unquote, in prison.
one of them. The other ones have, since passed.
Talking about Navalny specifically, but I think someone who tried to poison him, and he's in bad health parts at this point. He might be dead. I really don't know. Honestly, I haven't kept up with it, but either way, there was an attempt on his life. Not sure if he's alive at this point. Hopefully someone can clarify. If you know about the opposition leader's health status, please join us on Discord at discord.gg/Appleboys.
So here's what I'll say, and then we should move on. I'm not in a position to judge anyone because I'm not perfect. I don't do everything the right way. I make mistakes. I do things incorrectly. I do things that I know are wrong. So don't throw stones if you live in a glass house is applicable here. The only person who I can control is me. And when it comes to things like intentionally harming someone, intentionally stealing something, intentionally doing something that I know is not the right thing to do, I try very, very hard to not do those things, right? And I don't know. I just feel like intentionally stealing is a line that I would not cross for any reason.
That's fine. I support you in that endeavor. I'm fine with that. If you think that that is the right thing to do, I have no issues with that whatsoever. And anyone that does have an issue with that is probably a bad person. However, if anyone is out there and they want organic produce for the price of regular produce, I support you as well. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Self-checkout is the way. If you don't know what I'm talking about,
Self-checkout's the crime line.
I'm just saying, if you're trying to buy a Meyer lemon and you ring out regular lemon, they're not going to know. They see a fucking lemon in the car.
Is there a difference between a Meyer lemon and a normal lemon?
About $1.50 a piece.
What the fuck is a Meyer lemon?
It's a special fucking lemon that costs more money.
What's special about it, though?
It tastes better.
How?
It's sweeter.
It's still a fucking lemon, though, right?
It's more yellow, more delicious. It's still a lemon, sure. But you can have a Gros Michel versus a Cavendish banana, and those are very different things. And they cost very different things. Shout out Appleboys.
I got to be honest. When we had the Gross Michelle banana,
You can go fuck yourself. I don't like where this is going.
didn't taste any difference.
It was sweeter.
It did taste different. And by the way, I didn't eat one until like it was. Rob had these things for like
Weeks.
And they kept well. And by the time I ate it, it was in what would have been an inedible form of a Cavendish banana.
I prefer uneatable.
I said both so I could.
For emphasis.
I wanted to satisfy both the potato and potato crowd.
Man, it's so
Okay.
hard.
Have you ever heard anybody say potato? A single person?
No.
Yes.
No.
I have.
I
Have you
haven't.
heard one motherfucker non-ironically refer to it as a potato? Non-ironically.
Yes.
I haven't.
I have.
I don't think they
You're
exist.
a fucking liar.
I'm not. I watch
I think
fucking
they're-
Food Network, buddy.
They're like, what? Who on Food Network is saying this?
Name one motherfucker that says potato.
I'm pretty sure Artie Sequeria, I think that's her name. She certainly says tomato. That I know for sure.
Is she British?
No, she is Indian, I think.
From India or native?
No, like from India.
Is she indigenous to the United States
She
of America?
is the Food Network's spice queen. The same people that say tomato are the same people that say potato.
I think they're both wrong.
I agree. I'm an 8-0 guy all the way.
Yeah.
Like no one says natto.
I knew you were going to say that. Nothing after promo is fucking usable.
That's
we
not
got this, no, we got this fucking thing where we're like, all right, we should take a break now to promo, and then we're going to promo, and it's going to be like, thank you for listening to the Appleboys podcast. So join us at discord.gg/Appleboys, or you can find us at www.appleboys.us, or on social media. We got Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at AppleBoysPod.
First off, this should absolutely replace our normal outro. Like 100%. That should be like every time we outro an episode, that's what we should hear. That was fucking incredible.
Happy tonight.
Happy
Tonight, everybody, happy tonight.
That's what we need in every episode.
Thanks everyone for tuning in. We really appreciate all of our Patreon subscribers. If you'd like to become one, you can do so at patreon.com/appleboys, or you can subscribe on our website, www.appleboys.us.
The website's down right now.
It's down for maintenance, but normally you can. And that's also where you can access all of our great merch and all that kind of stuff as well. You can also follow us on all the socials at AppleBoysPod. That's Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Twitter, whatever your preferred social is. And likewise, you can join us on Discord and interact at discord.gg/Appleboys. Thanks again for listening. Happy tonight.
This is Robert. I want to wish you the happiest of tonights.
Happy tonight.
Happy tonight.
Happy tonight.
You've been listening to the Appleboys podcast. I know. We're badass. We hope you enjoyed the show. Make sure to like, rate, and review. Thank you for listening, especially premium subscribers. We'll be back soon. But in the meantime, hook up with us on Discord at discord.gg/Appleboys, on the website at appleboys.us, and Twitter and Facebook at AppleBoysPod. Happy tonight.